Hi, my name is Magdalena Sylvain, but my friends call me Nina. Today I want to talk about desires. How do you know you're pursuing your own selfish desires or God's desires for your life? The one way that I tackled this in my life was when I decided to write a book. The desire's been in my heart for years, but I tried to avoid it with every bone in my body, all right? And so much so, the reasons why I was not pursuing it and I didn't believe it was my desires was for two reasons. Fear that I would fall, it would, fall flat on my face and I wouldn't write the book and it wouldn't be a good book. And two, the fear of the fact that what if I'm pursuing it and that's not really the direction that God would want me to go, right? It's kind of like the same question, but it really isn't. Then God answered me. If it is His will for my life and I include Him in my life, then no matter what, I'm going to succeed. That's the answer number one. Okay, cool. So then how do I get over that fear of, even though it's like walking by faith and not by sight, how do I know, God, for real, if I pursue this, that I'm not going to fall flat on my face? You got to kind of like walk by faith and give it to God and know that His will and His perfect will and purpose is being established in your life. Okay? So that's one reason why that I didn't want to pursue the book, right? And actually writing it. So then now you ask yourself, I asked myself, okay, if I pursue this book, right? Am I pursuing it because of my own fame and glory? Do I want to just, be popular and say that I wrote this book? Or who is it going to serve? All right. So when you're pursuing a desire, you need to know and see who's going to benefit from that destination, that final destination. All right. So I sat there and I asked myself, if I write this book, this particular book, How I Lied My Way to the Altar and Now I'm Happily Married, who is going to benefit from that book? And the simple answer was everyone who went through my struggles. And the fact that it would help someone get away from their tiring cycles that I was going through, then it was worth publishing the book, worth even writing the book. Because God reminded me, it's not about me. It's bigger than me. It's for you. So when you're trying to figure out whether or not you're pursuing your own desires or if it's God's desires, the biggest question you need to ask, I think the main question you need to ask is, who's going to benefit from you pursuing that goal? In addition to that, you need to make sure that the vehicle that you're using to pursue that goal, no one is getting hurt on that path. There's a great scripture that God talks about saying that He will guide you along the best path for your life, and He will even go ahead of you and clear that path for you. So that's another thing that God confirmed for me to write the book. He made it so plain and easy that I had little obstacles. And when I say little obstacles, like, you're going to have obstacles because the enemy didn't want this message to get out there. God forbid it help one more person to unite with their husband, because that's God's will, right? Man shall not be alone, for you shall have yourself a helpmate, Genesis 2:18. So the devil is going to try everything in his power to not allow that union to happen, right? So I had to go through my own trials and tribulations. But when I finally got rid of me and realized who I'm disappointing, not pursuing that destiny became greater than me. I was compelled to do it. Because if I didn't, the only person that I was disappointing was God. And for me, as everyone who knows me knows, that's my biggest fear. God gave me a talent. I need to use it, and it's something for good. So when you're pursuing these desires, ask yourself a couple of questions. Who's going to benefit from it along the way? Who's getting blessed by it? And then at the destination, you're naturally going to be fulfilled because God put that desire in your heart. So you're going to naturally feel accomplished. You're going to feel a sense of fulfillment when you get to that destination. And then He's going to give you that new desire to take it to the next level. So then on top of that, everyone else is benefiting from it too, whoever needed to hear that message. So if you're a singer, You know, you need to pursue that desire. Forget how you're going to get there. That's not your problem. That's God's problem. He'll figure it out. Take that leap of faith and pursue that desire, because that beautiful voice is going to be an inspiration for someone to go write their book, or for someone to go pursue their own desires. So those are a few questions that you can ask yourself on how you know whether or not they are your desires or the secular world's desires, I like to call them, which is the enemy, or God's desires, which is the desire you want to pursue. I hope that answered your questions. I can go on and on about this because I have so many people who always ask me that question in regards to so many areas of their life. So if you need any personal direction, or you want to know if the desire you're pursuing that God has planted in your heart is His will for you, feel free to inbox me. My email is alwaysred@gmail.com. All right. And again, I'm always here for you. Thank you so much for visiting. God bless.